To codeacademy.com. Today I'll be talking about Flask login, and using Flask login to build a user authentication system whereby user can sign up, register, can have a protected page. So have some couple of things set up on ground. I have a template that I'll be using this tutorial. I have sign up template, I have sign up template, and I have sign in template, and I have the dashboard, the one we'll be protecting from users until the user log in before they can make use of this accessing this DS dashboard. So what do we mean by user authentication? What I mean by user authentication is that users will have to sign up, they will have to have an account, they have to log in because they can do some certain things on your website, just like this dashboard. I don't want users that doesn't sign up to be able to access dashboard until they sign up and they log in, and their login is verified, then they can access this this page. So we have a module in Flask, we call it flask-login. Flask-login make it easier. You can use Flask session, you can use so many, we have plenty of alternative for it. We have flask-security, which is also based on flask-login. But flask-login, it's easy for you to handle your user session and sign-in page, handling so many things with flask-login. So you can see, the documentation is well documented. You can go through it and read and read and read and read. So what I will be doing now, we're creating a two folder. Now I'll create a new two folder here. So I'll create a folder called templates, which will put all our HTML files, and static, which will serve our static files, which will put all our CSS images and those blah 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 stuff inside. So now let me bring in the HTML file. So before we go deep, this is the folder that I just created. So now we'll have to create a Python file. We'll call this main.py. Boom. So once we have this, so we'll be using MySQL for the database. If you don't have MySQL installed on your system or your computer, you can just have XAMPP. XAMPP is very cool. You can just get XAMPP on your system. This is XAMPP. So I'm on Linux. My interface might be different from your own interface. So just download XAMPP for your Windows environment and you're good to go. So I'll be using MySQL for the database. So now once I've created all this main.py template static, the next thing is we need to put our HTML files and start coding. So boom. So now I'm inside my HTML file. So I just have to import Flask. Boom. So once I'm done with this, so we can just give this localhost. Okay. So once we have this, once we have all this, now we are trying to render an HTML template which is not yet inside our template. So we need to get this template inside. So I'll go to where I get all this. I have this. I'll take them to, I'll paste them in this template folder. So I'll come to this template folder, Ctrl V. Now we are in. So let me rename this guy to index. So we call this guy index.html. So we have different routes. We'll have sign up route. So let me call this index sign in. Or let me call it sign in. So I'll call this to sign up. So once we have all this, then we can rediff sign up. So return, then I'm using autocomplete. So we've got render template sign up dot html. So if you look at this guy here now, we have sign up, we have index. So we also have a route for the dashboard. Let's call this dashboard at app.route dashboard. So once we have this, we have the dash. We'll return render template. Return render template dashboard.html. Now once we have these guys done, now the next thing we are going to do, let's preview our app. So let me just open this from the terminal. Let's see what is going on with our app. Open this in terminal. I'll say Python. Okay, now we are good to go. Our app is live. So let me go to these. Let me open here. So I'll say local host port. The port I'm listening to, the port is 80,000. Okay, now these are this for the login. So we could just have to add some couple of things here. So we have this our login. Okay, so let's check. We have sign up route, sign up. Okay, we have our sign up. So let's check our dashboard. Oh, what a poor, ugly design. If you look closer, we have not had the static file for sign up. The HTML, the sign up and sign in are using CDN, so I don't have to add them to the static. But this guy here is using a local, the CSS files to be local, accessed locally. So now we have a ugly dashboard. So let me add the static content to it. Let me go to. So to know where the static is, so let's see. Okay, from where I'm bringing it, we have this. All right, no problem. So these files are missing. So I'll come here. I'll come. No, not here. I'll go back here. So I'll look for dist. So he's looking for dist. Dist is where all the files are. Okay, so I'll copy this, boom. So I've copied the CSS and the JS. So I'll paste them inside my static directory. So I'll just remove this. I'll put static. And I need to add something again. Put static. So the dashboard.css. So I need to get down to. So, dashboard.css. Okay. So I'll take this to the static too. Boom. Well, so I think we should be able to move forward. So let's see where I have some couple of JavaScript, I guess. Let's just leave all this for now. Okay, so let me just have this to the, let me point it to the static, just type static. Static. Okay, so if we refresh the dashboard now, we should have a kind of attractive. Okay, now here we have all this. This is our dashboard. Now we need to protect this page from users from seeing this until users sign in. So we want user to sign in here. So then once they are authenticated, then boom, they can go into the dashboard. So first thing, before user can do that, we have to sign up. So the first thing we'll do, we'll have to create a class, a model for our project. So to be able to create a model, we'll be importing something called flask-sqlachemy. If you don't have flask-sqlachemy, you can just come here and type pip install flask-sqlachemy. Boom. Now I'm installing flask-sqlachemy. So SQLachemy is a ORM. What I mean by ORM is object-related mapping or object-related mapping or whatever, any name you find comfortable for you to call it. So traditionally we use normal SQL statement to query the database, but now it's like we are using an object. I mean, using SQLachemy object to talk to our database, fetch, and do so many things. It's pretty cool and easy. You don't have to do select all from insert into no, that's old school. So we don't need that anymore. So let me clear my screen. Cool. So that's actually install flask-sqlachemy. So I'll have to import flask-sqlachemy since I've installed it. So I'll say from flask. Let's go sqlachemy. Import sqlachemy. Boom. Now we have it. So once we have this, then we need to create a variable called db. You can give it any name you like. I'll say db equals to sqlachemy. Then to take in half. Boom. Okay. So once we have this guy here now, so the next thing we have to create our database model. So traditionally, the way we handle database is we have to create that with SQL statements, or you go into your database, it has XAMPP, and create your table by yourself. But now ORM will generate everything for you dynamically. So we have to do. So we'll create the name of this class will be the name of the table we'll have in our database. So I'll have db.model. So once you have db model, remember this is the db. We have this object here, db. So the db model, then I will give it this. So our ID, like a primary key. So db.column. Say db.integer. Okay, then we have primary key. Okay, sorry. The primary key equals true. Okay. Now we'll have email. We're taking the user email. We'll say email equals to db.column. than that. If you want to, then we can have username. So if we have username, have db dot colon db dot string to 5. You can give this anything. It's just an example. It's just example. So we have user. We have password. So we have password. It should be db dot colon db dot string. Wow. Okay. Now we have this guy here. Now we have user model. So we need to configure our. We need to talk to our database. So I'll be using XAMPP and MySQL. So to do this, I'll open my browser. My XAMPP is running. If you don't know what I mean by XAMPP, just type it on Google. Very easy. It's a common tool. All over Apache, whatever, everyone know. So I will have this. I will have. I'll type localhost. My XAMPP is running already, so I don't have to do that. So I'll click on PHP my admin. So I'll create an empty database called. Let's call this login. Let's just give it a name login. So now we have this. Oh, that's all you have to do. Don't worry, URM will do the magic for you. You don't have to stress yourself. So just create login. Once you have done this with login, okay, cool. The next thing you have to do, you have to point to your database. So let me make it simple for reusability, but I don't think you need to reuse this. But let me just make it simple. We'll have a variable called user pass, which will take the username and password of our database, MySQL. If you like, you can do this way. If you like, you can just type everything on a straight line. So once we have this, we'll have a base directory, which is the URL. I mean the IP or the main address. The address where our database is located, which is should be 127.0.0.0.1. Then we'll have the database name. So let's just give this DB name equals to the name we give to our database is login inside XAMPP here. Remember? So the PHP my admin will create this login. So that's the name. We'll tell this guy to locate. So once we have this, we can have app.config flask-login database URI. So very easy. Now let's concatenate everything we have plus base dir. So you can type this plus base dir plus name. Boom. Okay, so once you have this, you have much to do. We don't really have much to do. So ORM give us the power to do so many things, to do a lot of things, like a lot of things. So once we are done with this guy here now, so let's go ahead and create our table. So I'll open this in the terminal. I'll open this in the terminal. So I'll open my terminal in this directory. So let's do this. With Python. Let's type Python. Can you use any version of Python? Okay. Now I can say from main. Make sure you're in the same directory. If you're on Windows, you hold shift, you right click, then select open command prompt here. Then we type Python. Make sure you have Python installed on your machine. So once you have done this, you have done, make sure you're in the same directory where you put your main.py file or any name you give to your file. So file.py, whatever you have given. So you can now import this. It is main.py file. Since we're in the same directory, so I'll say from main import db. What's going on? Okay, all right. So once we have this, oh, I was confused. You can see this guy track modification. You can set this to true or false, which I will show you later. So now once you have import db, so you can say db.create underscore. Oh, this is bad. Okay, complaining, unknown MySQL login. Oh. Okay, we are making a mistake. I think I'm doing it wrong. Okay, where is my? Okay, doing something wrong. Yeah, I'm really doing something wrong. This is what I'm doing wrong. I'm supposed to put this here. Boom. So don't do that mistake again. Yes, Karim, don't do that mistake again. I'll do it again. Okay, let me exit and do it again. Okay, so I'll start Python again. From main import db. So now I can say db.create underscore. Boom. If you don't receive any error, you are good to go. So let's check the XAMPP. We should have the database created by now. Now you can see we have user. Wow. See, this is ORM. Very easy, simple to use. Oh my God. So let's continue with our project. We have connected our app. Now, so the next thing we will be doing is how we can insert. User can sign up and insert this information on our inside our database. Then boom, we are good to go. So this is what we're gonna do. I'll come to sign up here. We need to add some things to sign up. We have email, we have password. So let me just preview. Let me run the server. You can just press edit and clear. So Python main.py. Now it's running. So it's running now. I can say localhost 80,000. Boom. Okay, this is the sign up, this is the index. So we need to add some things to our sign up. Okay, this is our sign up. There's no difference between sign up and sign in, so we need to have difference. So we will take in username apart from the email. So I'll go to the sign up template, the HTML template. The HTML template. I just have to copy this. Oh, now let me copy this guy. Just have to copy this and this. Copy. And let me paste it again. So we'll call this username. Boom. Now we have this. So type will be text. So now we need to give all this input name. So I'll call this email. I'll give it a name called email, and it will be given this username. So we'll give it a name username, and we'll be given a password. Name password. Ooh. So let's just have something that will be differentiating everything. So let me refresh this. We are waiting for the CDN. Is the server responding? The server is responding. What is going on? Why is it slow? Oh my god. Now it's done, it's complete. It's done loading now. So we can see. So this is the amendment we had. Now we have the email, on which I'll change the placeholder. We have the username, we have the email address, and we have the password. So, and if we go back to the home page, we only have this. So that's the difference we have made now. Okay, so let me just change this placeholder to username. Okay, now we had this. If we should try and refresh now, we should have username. Cool. Now we have username, we have all these guys. Okay, the next thing we have to do is we need to save all this information into the database. So I don't need a form check. I don't need form check. I don't need check me. So we need to make sure whatever user type into the field, we save this into the database. So we'll go back to our server, which is the main.py. So we need to specify something for sign up. For sign up route, we need to specify the type of method request that we'll be sending. So it can be either post request or get request. So we have to tell the route we are taking both requests. We are taking get request and post request at the same time. So I'll put type method equals to so we're saying method equals to post and is equals to get post. So we are taking two requests. Yeah, we are taking the post and the get request. So we need to check if we are really getting post request. So all we have to do, we have to tell to say if request dot method equals to post. Then we do something. Then we request whatever anything user type into the form. Then we have a name called email. So it's a request request dot form. Then the name of the form we want to get, which is email, which is what we have in our sign up. So it is the name email, and I'm requesting for it here. So the next thing is the username. So I'll do the same thing. I'll give it a variable called username. Then I'll have request dot form dot username. Once we have these two, then I can have something cool, which is the password. Password equals to request dot form password, which is the name we give to them here. Remember, we have password and we have email, we have username. So now we have request. So let's confirm if we are actually getting all these things. If we send a post request, so let me return something. Let's just return this. Let's return email, password, and username. So let's see if we are really getting something. So we need to tell the form with the route we are submitting to, which is sign up route. So I'll come to the form here. I have to make sure the action, the method will be post, and the action will be slash sign up. Boom. Since we have this, so let me reload this. It says global name request is not defined. Oh, that's too bad. So this is what we have to do. We have to import a request too, since we are making use of request. So I have to use to put request. Save. I think I'm good to go now. Okay, let's see what we have. Okay, now we are good to go. So we can have the, let's see, on the website. Okay, then let's come. And then the higher site. And the password will be 111. So let me do this. Oh, sorry. Need more than one value. I can't wait to go through around that for now. Let me just concatenate this. Main.py. Let me just concatenate these guys. So let's concatenate them. I don't have much time to do this kind of. Okay, and let me reload and resubmit. Alright, so you can see we are actually getting something. This is the email, and this is the username. This is the password I enter. So the password is 111. The username is Ironside. The email is olaide@goodsideacademy.com. So that's what we need. So now we need to populate this information into our database. Alright, so we don't have to return anything anymore here. So we'll have a variable called new user equals to the name of our table, which is this class, which is this model. So I'll say user, sorry about this. So the name of this table, which is this class, at the same time as this model. Once I put in db.model, that means it's inheriting db model, which means the class has become a model. It has become a model now. So I can save information just referencing this class name. So this is how it works. So I'll do this. Say email. The ID is auto increment. It's a primary key, so you don't have to worry about that. I'll say email equals to this email here is equals to this email. So it's a email. Then we can have username equals to username, and we can have password equals to password. So once we have this, we can say return, just return something generic. Sign up complete. Oh, I can't spell sign up. Okay, sign up complete. Oh, I get it. Okay, now we have it. So let me reload. Right, now I can have green, and I'll have hi on side, and the password will be 1, 2, 3, 4. And let's see. I type email instead of email. Let's see. Where is that happening? This will be email. Okay, and meanwhile you have to be careful with something. The first name you will be passing here will be the name that belongs to the class user, which is the model, and the next will be your variable that you have here. That's all. So now let me reload. Let me try and reset it. Oh, well, our sign up complete. If we check our database now, let me refresh. I should have this. Oh, it won't work because we are not done. Okay, now we need to do something. So since we have instantiate an object called DB, so we have to do something. We have to add DB session dot add new user. Now we can commit, which means save DB session dot commit. Boom. All right, we have it. So once we have had this, then let me try and reload the page. Let me come back here and go to sign up. I think the information would have saved. That's wrong. Don't do that to me. Oh, thank God. It's not doing it. Okay, so let me sign up now. Hi on side. Password 222. Let me see. Let me save now. Now this should have saved into database. Okay, congratulations. We just saved. Just have 1 user now on our platform. So now you can see it is how to populate your database. So this is what I'll cover for this part of this video. Please stay tuned. The next video I'll cover, you can now check this, authenticate user, use this information we have already saved into our database, and can use it to compare. Then you save the session to your browser or into your server. I don't know. Then you're able to go and do whatever. Please subscribe, share, comment, and click the notification button. Make sure you like this video if you want more of this. If you really enjoy this, please comment. If you want anything you want me to add to this video, or you want some kind of improvement or some kind of I don't know. And don't forget to visit Codeside Academy. I have almost different tutorials on Flask. So you can have so many things there on Codeside Academy. Just visit codesideacademy.com. So that's all, and see you next time. Stay tuned, please, and please, and please, and please, and please, and please. Make sure you subscribe to this channel for more videos. All right, bye.